Hello, my lovelies. I am back with another element reading for our different zodiac signs. This is a general relationship reading. And because it's general, it may not apply to everyone. Or some parts may apply to you, some may not. This could be talking about multiple people. So just listen for the parts that do apply to you and leave the rest. If you are an air sign and this doesn't register or resonate with you at all, try checking out one of your other signs, such as your moon, your rising, or even your Venus sign, to see if maybe one of those readings relates to you just a little bit more. Okay. Sometimes we do relate more with our other signs than we do our sun sign. So if you don't know what your other signs are, I do recommend a couple websites you can go to. There's astrology.com, there's Cafe Astrology. There are also different apps that you can download for your horoscopes and your natal charts and so on and so forth. So there are lots of options available to you, free options. So check those out. Okay? All right, let's get started. This is for air signs. This is our Geminis, Libra, and Aquarius. All right, let's get started. Okay, so in our first position, this is a message from your inner self, okay, from your higher self. And air signs, what I'm getting here, unfortunately, it looks like a breakup. Or the need for a breakup is what I'm feeling here. Your higher self is telling you it is time to let something go. It's not good. So we've got the Death card. We have the Three of Crystals. In this particular deck, this is my new deck. This is a Christmas present to myself. I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. But in this deck, crystals represent swords. And the stars represent pentacles or coins. But yes, I absolutely love this deck. It's absolutely beautiful. The artwork is gorgeous. So yes. Whenever you see crystals, and we got a lot of them in this particular reading, which is interesting considering this reading is for air signs, and swords or crystals in this case always tend to represent air signs, which is really freaking cool. So, all right. So, yeah. So the three of crystals here. It's talking about breakups, heartbreak, misunderstandings, a lot of grief. It's just, you look at it. You can see the crystals kind of penetrating the heart. That is absolute heartbreak. Okay. With the Death card can mean either new beginnings or endings. And in this case, because it's paired with the Three of Crystals, I'm going with an ending. We also have a couple clarifying cards here: the Crow, the Mask, and the Third Person. And Jesus, what I'm getting is somebody has concealed an affair. I think either you or your partner may have stepped out. Either that or may have wishes to do that. I would say either you or your partner has either had an affair or is wanting to leave the relationship for another person. But there is definitely a third party that is present here. And your spirit guide, your higher self is telling you it's time to let this go. Okay, there is, it's not. This is something new, potentially a new affair, possibly, or a new person that they're wanting to have a connection with. God, I almost feel like it could be both. It could be either an affair had happened previously and that at this point, your partner is wanting out of the connection. And I do feel like it could be your partner that's wanting out of this connection for someone else. Geez, I wish I had better news. Hopefully, I don't know. Doesn't sound like a very good, healthy connection. And I think on some subconscious level, you already know it. I think it is possible that you're trying to hold on to this connection, and there's no point in holding on to it. And honestly, I kind of feel like maybe the relationship has already ended, and you might be still trying to hold on to this person. Because I keep feeling like you need to let it go. It's what's done is done and move on is what I'm hearing in my head. What's done is done and it's time to move on. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like either you or your partner, I do feel like maybe heavily that your partner wants out of this, and maybe that you're holding on and you shouldn't be holding on. It's time to let that go. The relationship part, the next section here is about the relationship. And I got the Queen of Crystals and the Five of Crystals here. What I'm picking up here is I feel like there has been a conversation about this relationship. And I feel like either you or your partner did try to come at this very logically, expressing their feelings and such. But ultimately, like, I feel like there's still a lot of fighting, hostility on one or both of your sides. I do feel like somebody is wanting their independence from this relationship. And I hate saying it, but I do feel like it could be your partner that's wanting the independence. He or she is wanting out of this connection. And they've been very guarded with you. Very guarded. And not really opening themselves up to you or even the possibility of continuing this relationship. And I feel like they've checked out. They've already checked out. I don't know. I feel like somebody also is carrying a lot of shame and regret, possibly about some past actions. Again, that third person. I keep feeling that there's another person that was in play at some point in the relationship. And I do feel like, again, that there's a third person, maybe a different third person, that your partner is wanting to have a relationship with. I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of guarded energy. Like, they're just holding you at an arm's length. There's a lot. Yeah. I mean, it's almost like they're trying to do the mature thing, and that's what I'm getting. Like, they're trying to do the mature thing. They're trying to bow out, and you're not. Again, I don't feel like, air sign, I don't feel like you're letting that person go. Okay? I don't feel like you're letting that person go. And it's interesting, too. So, because these are both crystals or swords, this also has a lot of Aquarius energy. So you could be the Aquarius in this scenario, or your partner could be, or both. But I am picking up a lot of Aquarius energy throughout this entire reading. There's also a lot of Aries energy. I've got at least 3 cards that have Aries energies, and 3 that have Aquarius. So it's possible that you or your partner have either Aquarius or Aries placements, so dominant in your charts. So keep that in mind. I do see Libra here twice, but I don't feel like that's where the energy is coming from. I really feel that energy is coming from Aquarius and the Aries connection. Okay. yeah, I feel like, yeah, the relationship feels very done with. For the challenge, in the challenge position, we have the Two of Wands, and we also have the King of Wands. Now, normally those aren't bad cards or anything, but because they are in the challenge position, it does change their meaning slightly. For both of them, they're talking about obstacles being in the way of this connection. I feel with the Two of Wands, again, that feeling that the partner, and I think this is your partner, and I think it's possible that your partner has the Aries connection, so the Aries placement somewhere in their chart. Because I'm feeling like the partner is the one who's wanting to seek a romantic connection outside of this relationship. And again, I don't know if you guys are in a current relationship or if you guys have already broken up and you're still just trying to hold on and or get this person to come back to you. But I do feel like your partner is ready to move on. They already have somebody in mind, and they've got their feet both their feet outside the door, and they're walking out. It's very clear. But this wasn't a very good relationship anyways, because honestly, I feel like with the King of Wands especially, there was a power imbalance between you and your partner. I feel like your partner was a bit more controlling and was more dominant in the relationship. And your feelings and your wants and wishes got disregarded a lot. Okay. What they wanted came first always. You wanted this, and they were like, no, I don't want that. And that was the end of the story type feeling. Not like this person was always cruel to you, but I really do feel like your partner was like, it's my way or the highway type attitude. Yeah, very, very much like that. I'm not saying that this person, he or she is a bad person. I don't think you would have been with them if they were an all bad person. But I do feel like this person has had enough and is done. And I really feel like this person really disregarded your feelings. And maybe that's because of whatever issues you guys have. I don't know. I can't tell you why this person was like that with you. But they really are just wanting out. And they're going to continue to be cold to you. They're going to continue to be standoffish and guarded towards you because they don't want to be in this relationship. Sorry. With this, we've got the tornado, the clock, and the keys as clarifiers, and that is a complete breakdown of the connection. It's an absolute mess. The clock here is talking about perfect timing, and look, it's time. That's what I'm getting. TikTok, it's time. It's time to let this go. The time has come. Go ahead and let this go. This relationship has completed its course. Okay, it's done. Go ahead and let this go. There have been insights. There's clarity here. And yeah, it's time to liberate yourself. Move on. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I wish this was a better reading for you, air sign, but, sometimes it just is what it is. Okay. And sometimes we have to face the ugly, and understand when something is just not right for us. Okay. And that really does feel to be the case here, is that this person, whoever this person is just not right for you. And they've already checked out of this relationship. So why are you holding on to it so hard? Why are you holding on to something that's already dead? It just doesn't make any sense. Okay. So for the solutions position, we have got, the Six of Crystals and the King of Crystals, or Swords, however you want to view them. And again, I feel like for the solution, it's in order to have that healing, you have to move on. The Six of Swords is all about moving on. I also am picking up legal matters here. Yeah, you're being told there's a detachment here. Detach yourself. There's also some legal matters that's coming through here. It's possible that this could be a divorce. If you are married to this person, this could be a divorce. You're being told to go ahead and let go. You know, like, again, this person's already out. They've already left the relationship, essentially. Go ahead and just sign the papers, get it over with. I'm not sure what other legal matters this could pertain to, but there is something legal here coming through pretty strongly. But the message is clear. Go ahead and detach yourself, move on. And in that process, you're going to find the healing that the Six of Swords or Six of Crystals is telling you that you can get from this. Yeah, you're moving on, moving forward. With this, we also have the magnifying glass. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Stork. Again, you've gained clarity, okay? There is, the Wheel of Fortune talks about cycles, okay, and destiny and so on and so forth, the ending of one chapter, the beginning of a new one. And it's time. It's about changes, about making those changes. And if you embrace those changes, that is good luck, okay? That's good karmic luck, okay? Walking away with your head held high. Just go ahead and leave the situation. It's okay to leave the situation. And I do feel like it's time to walk away. The magnifying glass is also talking about documents, and I feel like that's connected to this legal matter that the King of Swords is kind of bringing up. I'm seeing legal signing of legal stuff and lawyers involved. So I don't know what all this is, but I would say just take it in stride, sign what you need to sign to disconnect yourself from this person as soon as possible. Okay, like, sometimes you have to make a little bit of a sacrifice to remove people from your life so that you can move on and have a better future, okay? Keep feeling, like, hold your head up high, walk away with dignity. You know, like, there's better things for you around the corner. That's being promised to you by the Wheel of Fortune here. And, you know, this transformation that is going to come is going to be for your betterment, okay? So my advice, don't fight it. Just don't fight it. Go for it. Go ahead, sign that shit, whatever that is. Work with your lawyers. Of course, don't get screwed over. Okay, I'm not telling you to get screwed over. Don't allow yourself to get screwed over in the divorce or anything. But definitely do what you have to get this person out of your life and move on. Okay, that's what I recommend there. The outcome here. We've got the Three of Wands and we've got the Four of Cups. And I feel like this is your two different alternate possibilities. Like, you have two different paths or outcomes for you, depending on what you choose and how you choose to conduct yourself during the ending of this relationship. On one hand, I feel like you're going to be manifesting big things. I mean, you're talking leveling up in all kinds of places in your life. Work, new relationships, just life. You're going to be winning at life. You know, I do feel like you can be traveling for work, either in the future, currently, or whatnot. But there is travel ahead for you. And it's something that's going to bring you a lot of pleasure and a lot of joy. And I feel like this could be work-related. But this is good. Like, you're manifesting, you're doing big things, and you're developing big things, and you're going to be taking big strides. On that level, I do feel like if you walk away with dignity and your head held high, this is going to be your outcome. You're going to have more of that. You're going to have a lot more prosperity. You're going to have a lot better opportunities coming your way, okay? Not just work, but also in love. And then the other side here, I see the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups, I just feel like just so much depression and just being reluctant to move on and wanting to hold on to this, even though it is long gone. Like you can sit here and be depressed and like just crying into your like ice cream, and that shit gets you nowhere. Okay, it gets you nowhere. It's not going to magically, make this person want you. It's not going to change their feelings. So you can be, depressed and sad and, wanting to hold on to this, but you're going to be doing that by yourself. Or you can walk away with dignity and you can turn into a boss bitch and, own your future. And that's what I'm feeling. Like you can own your future by just taking it into your own hands and saying, fuck it, I'm not going to let this get me. And move on. Just be like, fuck it, I'm not doing this anymore. Move on. With the clarifiers, I've got the compass, the ball and chain, and the birds. I really feel that ball and chain one belongs to that Four of Cups. Again, feeling weighed down, heavy, and trapped in your own emotions, trapped in your own depression. Ugh. And then the compass feels like it belongs to that Three of Wands. Again, charting your own path, finding your own way, just, taking it in stride and deciding to not allow yourself to be beaten here, like, okay, you want to be gone? Bye. Look what I can accomplish without you. Okay? That's the attitude that you need to be bringing to this. With the birds, I've been feeling like this is something that, again, being catty, you have a choice. Are you going to be catty here? Are you going to be constantly contacting them, like peppering them, like texting them? Or are you just going to fucking move on? Like, that's what I keep feeling. I feel like the birds and the ball and chain has to do with the Four of Cups here. Holding on to shit, wanting to stay in contact constantly. Don't do that. Don't do that shit. Don't do that, honey. What I recommend, just block this person. Once all this legal shit's done or whatever you have to do, whenever it is okay to do it, just block this person in every fucking form. Don't go checking their social medias. Block their asses on it. Block them, their phone number so they can't text you. Don't let them, block them on your email. Block them every fucking where you can so they can't reach you. Okay? Like, no. This is over. Then it's really fucking over. Now, granted, that might not be possible if you have children. I'm not really picking up on children, but it doesn't mean that children don't exist in the situation. So I know some in those situations that's kind of hard. But there are different methods for you guys to limit your contact, even with children. I know in some states they have an app that the parents can communicate through, that the court kind of monitors, and that way you can block them on other stuff, but not on that particular app. And that way the communication is something that is limited to the children itself, if you get my guess. Okay, so there are ways around this. Okay, so for the bottom of the deck, what we have here is the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands, it represents a fresh start, needing a fresh start. And on the bottom of my Oracle deck, I have the House. And again, I feel like, this is you needing to have a fresh start, kind of rebuild your own, your home, a place where you actually feel safe, and kind of getting rid of what doesn't belong there anymore. Like, this person does not belong there. And I feel like it's time for you to start your own traditions, your own space. You need your own space, your own safe space. And that means getting rid of some of the crap that you've been holding on to. You need a place where you can put down roots, and it's just not going to be with this person. So again, with that fresh start coming from the Page of Wands, I really do feel like now is the time. Okay. All right, so let's get some messages from the universe. These are my Akashic records. And what I have here for my air signs, the first one that came out was release. And this says, you're being asked to release any toxic people or situations from your life. You deserve to be free of all drama, and this is the first step to achieving that. Amen. Okay, the second one is speak up. What are you not saying that's eating you up inside? You can't keep this in forever. It's time to let it out so you can move on and be happy. Okay, and normally I don't do the bottom of the deck for this particular for these cards, but I did notice one that did seem very profound and was on the bottom, and it says resolution. Whatever it is you've been struggling with is about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always happen the way we hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. I think that is very profound, especially for this reading. Okay, so now I'm going to use my pendulum to get a few letters that may be connected to this particular reading. All right, so Spirit, give me a couple letters, please, that is connected to this particular reading for my air signs. What letters do you have for me? Okay, so I've got the letter L coming through. I have the letter C coming through. I have the letter, the letter R coming through. And we have the letter, one more please. We have the letter A. And it looks like we also have the letter N coming through as well. So, all right, guys, that is your reading. Air signs, I wish you the best of luck. I hope whoever this message is meant for actually receives this message, because I feel like Spirit was pretty clear and seemed to be targeting someone specific. So if this isn't for you, let's pray that whoever this message is meant for will actually see this video and receive that message. I pray for that always. All right, guys, as always, be blessed and bless others. Take care.